Lesson 6th grade Excel, lesson 112, using multiplication and division to simplify fraction multiplication problems. Simplifying fractions before multiplying. I call this cross-reducing. You probably have already learned a little bit how to do this. Because of the commutative property of multiplication, 4/5 times 3/8 can also be written as 4/8 times 3/5. Because you can take this number and this number and switch them. When you multiply 4 times 8, or 4 times 3, 3 times 4 is the same thing. Right? Or 5 and 8 can be switched. Because 5 times 8 and 8 times 5 is the same thing. So what they did was they switched these bottom two numbers and wrote this as 4/8 and 3/5. Do you see that those are the exact same problem? Yeah. Well, look, 4/8 can be changed to 1/2. Okay, which means that I can change the 4 and the 8 right here to 1/2. I don't really have to rewrite that. So we solve it. Check your answer by multiplying. 4/5 times 3/8 is 12/40. And 12/40, 12 divided by 4 is 3. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So the answer is 3/10. And let's see if it works with the 1/2 in there just the same. What if I did 1/2? I'm taking this problem right here and writing it down here. 1/2 times 3/5. Oops, 3/5. Make that a 5. Okay. 1 times 3?
3.
2 times 5?
7.
Look at that. It's the exact same thing. Just prove that that works to you. All right, compute the answer to each of these problems. Write the numbers given in words and simplify before multiplying whenever possible. So here's a sample problem, 4/9 times 6/7. Notice that what they did was they crossed out the 9 and the 6. Both 6 and 9 can be divided by what? 3. So 9 divided by 3 is? 3. And 6 divided by 3 is? 2. So they made these numbers smaller before they multiplied. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 7 is 21. 8 21s. 21sts. Okay, the next one is 2/3 times 5/8. Pause the video and see if you can cross-reduce that one before you solve it. Here we go. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Can you cross-reduce the 3 and the 5?
No.
No number you can divide both of those by. Can you cross-reduce the 2 and the 8?
Yes.
2 becomes
1.
1 because we're dividing by 2, right? 8 becomes
4.
4. So now I can multiply 1 times 5 is?
5.
3 times 4?
12.
And that's my solution. 4/5 times 5/9. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. Turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. All right, do you guys see any way to cross-reduce those? 4 and the 9?
No.
5 and the 5?
Yeah.
Become what?
1.
1. Those are both 1s. 4 times 1 is?
4.
4. And 1 times 9 is?
9.
9. So the answer is 4/9. Makes it real simple when you use that cross-reducing. Oh, there are the problems again. Okay. And pause the video. I want you to write all these fraction problems out and then cross-reduce them, solve them, and then turn the video back on. All right? So pause the video. Here we go. So these are the problems that you should have written out. 2/3 times 5/9 and so on. Let's go ahead and solve these real quickly. Everybody help me out here in the studio audience. 2 and 9, can I cross-reduce those?
No.
5 and 3, can I cross-reduce those?
No.
Sometimes you can't cross-reduce, and that's okay. That means that your answer is going to be reduced at the end. 2 times 5?
10.
3 times 9?
27.
Now, if you didn't understand the idea of cross-reducing, you'd look at 10/27s and probably have to think for a few minutes, I wonder if I can reduce this. But you know, those numbers are so large, you might think, wow, there's got to be a way to reduce these here. Okay, how about 4 and 1? Can I cross-reduce that?
No.
2 and 3?
No.
Oh, but can I reduce one of the fractions?
Yes.
2/4 becomes what?
1/2.
1/2, good. And 1 times 1 is?
1.
Oh, good, I'm glad you didn't say 2. A lot of times kids say 2. 2 times 3 is?
6.
And there's my answer. Okay, 3 and 8, can I cross-reduce that?
No.
2 and 5, can I cross-reduce those?
No.
Can I reduce either one of the fractions?
Yes.
2/8 becomes?
1/4.
1/4. 3 times 1?
3.
5 times 4?
20.
Come on, you guys. 6/7 times 2/9. You see any way to reduce these before you
Yes.
multiply? Where? What?
6 and 9.
6 and 9. 6 becomes?
2.
9 becomes?
3.
Dividing by what on both of those numbers?
3.
3. Good. 2 times 2 is?
4.
7 times 3?
21.
Getting easy?
Yes.
Okay, do you see any way to reduce 3/8 and 1/2?
No.
Look hard now. Look diagonally. Look at each fraction. No ways to reduce those? Okay, so 3 times 1 is?
3.
8 times 2?
10. 16.
8 times 2 is 10. Woo! Okay, look at these. Do you see any way to reduce either one of those? What two numbers?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. This becomes?
2.
This becomes?
1.
2 times 1?
2.
9 times 1?
9.
2/9 is the answer. All right. Sometimes a fraction multiplication problem can be simplified by more than one number. In other words, you can do it more ways than just once. Okay? Simplify by dividing the denominator of the first fraction and the numerator of the second fraction by 9. Then divide the, well, let's just take a look at it instead of reading all that stuff. Notice that the 5 and the 15 can be reduced. Notice that the 18 and the 9 can be reduced. And they did that right here, and they multiplied and got 1/6. So sometimes you can do it in two different directions. All right, that's the end of the lesson.
No job.
And the block.
I want to draw the face.
Oh, no.
Mr. Potato Head.
Hey, look, it's Hannah. All right, there you are.
No.
Bye.